Yo, what's up, dudes? We're here. We're live with another Path of Exile video for you guys. Today we're going to be going over my Ice Monk. And, I crafted every single piece of gear on this except for one jewel in my passive tree. Literally every piece of gear I crafted on this, and it took so long to get something worthwhile. Basically what I did was just like, went around and gathered a bunch of these bases, a bunch of those bases, a bunch of these bases, and just kept throwing exalteds and regals and augmentations and transmutations at them, and then if they were garbage, I would reforge them. Kind of like the same thing I did on my last character, but this character was totally all crafted gear. Let's go over the gear real quick. Alright, so my weapon I just barely made a few days ago. It actually turned out pretty dang good. It's got the physical damage, the elemental damage, and the base physical damage, which is pretty nice. The melee skills is just the added bonus. Kind of ruins my mana, honestly, but it gives me a little bit of extra damage. Not too bad. I would rather have more increased attack speed and more critical bonus damage, honestly. And maybe a cold damage modifier on there or something. I don't know. Something. But it's pretty good. It's pretty hard, not too bad. Let's go over my helmet here. Basically, I'm using this just for the intelligence and the double res right now. The energy shield is kind of lackluster, and same with the rarity is kind of lackluster. I had a different variant on, but this is a little bit better with the res. I'll go over the amulet now. This is the amulet I crafted, not too bad. I got lucky with the spirit roll and lightning res, all attributes. I don't really need the lightning res too much, honestly. I'm kind of like overflowed on lightning res now. I need to slim down on it and get some more chaos res in here somewhere. But I'll probably end up changing maybe some of these sockets out for chaos res once I level up a little more and can invest into more energy shield and evasion. Well, my passive tree. But I'm waiting. Got a level. And here's some rings I made. Pretty nice. It's got increased cold damage, strength, all res, and life. The evasion rating is what, tier 1? Yeah. I can't escape the tier 1 rules. I don't understand. And I can't roll a good high-level ring. I always get like good mid-level rings. They still need to fix that. It's a huge problem. Here's another ring I made here. Has a little bit less cold damage. Sorry, yeah, some accuracy rating, lightning damage. I don't have any lightning damage on this build, but this would be pretty good if I did do lightning and cold, which most monks do. But this is purely cold damage, so I don't want to hear any comments. Hey, you can make this better if you decide. I know. But I'm doing cold, only cold, so please refrain from the negative comments. It's probably gonna spawn more negative comments. Dang it, I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, here's the gloves. It's got 2 to melee skills, fire res, rarity, and life, and a little tiny bit of evasion sprinkled on top, a little bit of accuracy rating. Here's my belt, dual res and strength and life. It's pretty much all that's useful on this. And my boots, I was using 30% boots, but then I found triple res boots with life. So I opted out for these just to maximize the res capabilities I have. And then you got the chaos small charm just to make sure that I don't get vaporized instantly. But here's my reses right now. We need to slim down on fire and lightning and get more into chaos. Need one more cold. But I mean, it's pretty good. Not too bad. Let's go over the skills now. I haven't put anything to these yet. I just barely got these. I probably could put something into these, but I haven't yet. For the recording of the video, I didn't do anything yet. Main abilities, we'll go over them. On my quarterstaff strike, just a regular melee. I basically put this set up so that way I could leech mana with this when I run out of mana and inflict poison and bleeding while I'm doing that. And then I get more damage if they're right in front of me, which they're literally gonna be always right in front of me. You know, always. Because I'm melee, I'm not punch the ground and whole screen explodes build. Ice Strike with Primal Armament, Ice Bite, Martial Tempo, and Practiced Combo. Just get the most DPS I can out of it. Hand of Cheula teleports me across the screen. I might opt out this to get the radius 50% boost to make me be able to go faster, or I was thinking of maybe changing it to cast speed because it is kind of slow, but I do have the ability to put marks and curses on enemies with this, and it causes a little bit more build up. Not bad. Like, it teleport right to the enemy, they're cursed and they're marked. I hit them once or twice with my Ice Strike and they're frozen, and then that makes the build pop. Tempest Bell, everyone knows what the bell is. It's literally the most overpowered monk ability. With the Discombobulate, Rage, Heavy Swing, and Font of Rage, I basically use this to build up a bunch of Rage, which gives me, I think, more damage and attack speed, right? Just damage, sorry. Just damage. But it's pretty good. Frost Wall. I was using Ice Lotus, but somebody in my chat suggested I use this because I was so tired of the character just jumping backwards. I'm probably going to invest a greater into this and buff it up. Maybe put, I don't know, something on there. We'll see. This works great right now. I don't want to mess with it too much. I probably will do a little bit of tinkering today on today's stream. By the way, if you're watching this, I stream every day, so come stop in. If you want to make fun, probably gonna get banned, but it's worth it, right? Okay, Elemental Invocation, Frost Wall, Ice Nova, Comet, Impetus. Basically, it builds on hit, pops the Frost Wall, puts an Ice Nova around me that knocks back enemies and freezes them, and Comet hits the ice wall and explodes and causes a nice little AoE explosion with the ice crystals exploding, which is pretty cool. Cast on Freeze is probably one of the main abilities on here with Herald of Ice for DPS. I freeze almost every single engagement. So this freeze causes a frost wall to pop up and then 2 comets to slam down on top of the frost wall, hitting the enemies, also exploding the frost wall and causing an AoE damage effect. And I also have energy retention on it. I think I want to invest a perfect jewelers into this. I don't know. We got to get this to 4 first and tinker with a little more things to see if this build I probably had the most fun with out of all my builds. Not even gonna lie. Herald of Ice. Everybody uses the dual heralds, but not me. And I need a little bit more to run this, but whatever. It's okay. Herald of Ice, we got the Cold Infusion, Inevitable Critical, and Magnified Effect with Clarity to get that extra mana. I might switch this to this.
Shatter they shall.
And then I probably should switch that to that and put some more damage on this. It probably will be smart. That's what we have for right now. I'll probably do that later on stream today. Well, that's what I have basically set up right now. There's a few little variations that I wanted to change, but this is like the bottom tier setup right now for the build. So what you do with this build is you'll throw it up, walls down, and then you use the hand of Kalu to teleport the walls, and you punch the walls. Alright? And that causes a bunch of ice explosions and freezes all the enemies around. Right? And then eventually you can throw your bell down with the combo, and that creates an AoE effect that'll freeze everything, and then I'll get the Elemental Invocation, and I'll drop that on the enemies to, I can aim and shoot that at range. The ice wall and the comet will land on them, and then I'll have the Frozen Nova around me. Unbound Avatar adds to the chance for me to freeze enemies and does more damage, I believe. Right? More elemental buildup. Yep. Just like I thought, pretty good. And then Meditate, if I start taking damage, and I can just go step away for a second and then heal my energy shield instantly. So what I did with my passive tree was, since I have that now, I got rid of all of my energy shield recharge, and I went for cold damage and mana regen and mana leech and evasion and energy shield, and also the triggering spells. This jewel was gifted to me by a friend. It does give me a little bit of chaos res, but that's pretty much it. It's not really a huge boost to the build. And here's the other jewels I got in here. Cold damage, elemental damage. Right? But basically that's what you want in your jewels, and then I went to maximum trigger damage here, because I depend on the triggered skills a lot. So this is the build here. If you like it, cool. If you don't, I'm sorry, but I'm choosing to play non-meta builds and make stuff up on my own without looking at guides. So, enjoy the game footage of me destroying this T15 map. Here we go. All right. We got a little bit of background music. I made the beat, by the way. I've been making all these instrumentals. But as you see here, this little water guy was giving me a little trouble, so gotta play cautious. And then I messed up on holding the meditate button, and literally I didn't hold it long enough. As you see, it's a really fun build. By the way, this is at 150% speed. It's sped up by a little bit just to make the video not super long. I don't want you guys watching an hour-long build video. 20 minutes, that's good enough. It's not horrible. So. It's a nice little easy map though. Sand spit. I like these maps. These maps are really nice. Not overly huge. Straightforward layout. You don't get flanked so much. Good layout. And then I can also use those ice walls as a defensive ability to block range attacks, which is really nice for a monk. Because as a pure, like, I'm using this as a pure melee build. I mean, pretty much, except for the Frostfall. I know it's doing the trigger effects, and those are spells, but technically they're triggered by melee attacks. So I wanted to make a close to as pure melee build as I could, but literally all the monk skills for like cold always made me jump backwards, or it literally had no area of effect. It couldn't explode the crystals. It just needs an overhaul. It's so bad. It's so bad. Also, there's no stat in the game called hit recovery, so you have to play like a scared little bee the whole time, you know, and run away until you can one-shot everything. It's a fun build, though. It's not brain-numbing. It doesn't just melt everything 2 screens away, which I enjoy playing a game that actually has gameplay instead of just clicking a button and everything's dead. I don't think that's really fun. I mean, it's not fun at all. It's not good. People think it's fun because they're just getting loads of loot, but you're not even really watching the game mechanics or playing the game or enjoying the game. You're just going through the motions of looting the game. I rest my case. I'm done talking about it because people are gonna get freaking triggered in the comments. Meta-mandies over here getting all mad. Mad meta-mandies. That's my new term. You know, there's like, you get the Andy, which is like, stands something a lot, loves something, just use the Andy of it or whatever. I don't know how that turned out. Now we have meta-mandy. Oh my gosh, he almost got me there. This guy was mean. He made me run away a little bit. He was mean. I couldn't get him to freeze, and I finally did. There we go. That fire explosion, though, almost got me there. I was almost a rip video. Almost. But we pulled through. I really like the meditate thing. That is super awesome. I hate having to wait for energy shield, so it's like, it's OP that I can just click one button and automatically regen my energy shield. It's so good. It's so good. Who needs energy shield recharge stat? Not me. Not no more. I just go hide in the corner and click a button real quick. Or put up some frozen walls and click my button. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. And this build does have a mana issue, though. Just like every build in this game has a mana issue. If you have to use more than one skill to kill the whole screen, you have a mana issue. So I don't have the 2% mana on hit with things or whatever. I don't have those. Those are expensive. I had one super early on, and I traded it like a dummy. Not knowing how much it was worth, but that was when the market was, everyone was new, so divines were super cheap. And then I traded it for like 20 exalted. It's worth 2 divine plus now. That's like a 200% boost in value I missed out on. I mean, literally nobody had divine back then. That was like the first day of the game releasing. I found one of those. I didn't know how strong it was. I should have kept it, but I just wanted the Exalted so I could level up some gear, make some gear, and play through the game because I was stuck. And what was a 2% mana jewel gonna do for me at that time? Absolutely nothing. But I digress. This build's really fun. I'm actually enjoying this build. I'm probably gonna invest more in this build, more than the Witch. I definitely enjoyed this build more than the Witch. The Witch was such a grueling process. Yeah, it had really good, like, crowd explosion ability, but boss ability, not really. The damage over time is just really bad, and it still needs a buff, in my opinion. But yeah, this monk, really fun. These water guys, not fun. But we got them. We got them. I really like this map though. This map is just really nice. The monsters aren't too difficult. Those freezy guys are really annoying though. I will say, those are probably the most annoying guys. Quill rats, they're weak, but man, there's like two packs of them launching poison darts at you. You just gotta like spam them with ice walls and then stay behind the, oh my gosh, stay behind the ice wall. That thing almost got me there. That was dangerous. I was a very bad play there. I should have not jumped on the other side of the wall. I don't know why it made me. I jumped through the wall. I was trying to jump to the wall, but sometimes I jump through the wall. Hand of Cheula is very glitched. It does not work properly, in my opinion. And it's too slow. I have to sit there and hold the button for it to actually work. I should just be able to click it and it works instantly. I don't know. I know I could teleport with Ice Strike. It's not as consistent for some reason. I don't know what it is. They have an issue with the game. Or maybe I'm just not close enough. Probably both. This guy was fun. And the bell placement is really annoying in this game too. It always places it in the wrong spot. It should just like go to the near, like place itself on the nearest enemy, in my opinion. Like you click bell, you're one or two character links away from the enemy, and it automatically places on the enemy instead of places full opposite of the enemy, like behind you. Like, I don't know how many times that's happened to me. It's stupid. Trying to stay away from all these lightning guys. Poison is probably this character's worst nightmare right now because I don't have max chaos res. If I had max chaos res, then poison wouldn't be too big of a deal. I can tank the lightning, I can tank the fire, but poison and chaos? Man, oh man. That stuff's dangerous. Yeah, this is a pretty easy pack here. Too many poison things in the ground. I spoke too soon. And then I teleport in and just destroy them all, right? Right? Isn't that what you do, Bardock? Yep. Mm-hmm. I really need to put that magnified effect on the hand of Cheula. I have yet to have one 6-slot ability in this game. I have yet to put a perfect jeweler's into an ability. So maybe if I do that, I'll be able to do all the content. I don't know. I can afford a few of them too. I think I have like 9 divines now. But I think we're gonna do another build soon. Probably play the monk for a few more days. Then I think I want to try a warrior. I want to do like a pure melee, no elemental abilities warrior that includes earth elemental abilities like Sunder, even though they claim those are purely physical because a rock's hitting you. And it's no, it's earth element, bro. Have you ever played Pokemon? Have you ever played the Pokemans? All right, Onyx, listen here, Geodude. Listen here, Diglett. Digging yourself a deeper hole. You need to get out of it. We need some actual, just straight melee ability characters. And I think the closest thing to that is probably the Bleed Warrior. Because if you think about it, Bleed is basically what would happen if you got hit with the big metal object. You're gonna bleed. So, I mean, I don't know what else I could do. I think that might be the one. Might be the thingy thing we do. But yeah, here we are at the last rare. As you see, this build is a lot better than my other ones, so stop yelling at me. It's still not meta. I know, I'm not using Power Strike. I didn't want to use any lightning abilities at all in this milk. Pure cold damage monk. That's why it's called Ice Cold Monk. Because I'm using ice and cold abilities only. I mean, there is the Hand of Chayla, which does a little tiny bit of chaos damage, but it's applying a cold curse and a cold mark. And I'm not sitting there spamming it for damage. So, yeah, that's gonna do it though. Thanks for watching the video. I will see you on the next one. Deuces.